Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to be looking at how one company envisions the future, and it's a future that is interwoven with superintelligence.
Wow.
We'll be diving into a press release and white paper from EON Reality,
Okay.
a company pushing the boundaries of VR and AR tech, particularly in education and training.
Right.
Their blueprint is titled Elevating Humanity Through Purpose. EON Reality's Blueprint for Life in the Age of Superintelligence. It tackles some really big questions about AI work and what it means to be human.
You know what I find fascinating about this?
Yeah.
Is that EON Reality is going beyond just skills training. They've always championed this idea that knowledge is a human right. And they've really put that into practice using immersive technology to make education more accessible. But now they're asking, what happens when machines can do most of the jobs?
Right.
What becomes a human purpose?
It really is a provocative question, isn't it?
It is.
And their white paper is structured as a four-part roadmap. We'll go through each part, but let's start with how EON Reality sets the stage.
Right.
They point out that the rise of AI and automation is pushing them to move beyond just teaching people how to do specific tasks.
That's right. They acknowledge that a lot of people are anxious about AI replacing jobs,
Yeah.
which is understandable,
Sure.
but they frame it as an opportunity.
Okay.
If machines can handle the mundane, what does that free us up to do?
Right.
How can we use that time and energy to pursue something more meaningful?
Yeah.
And what role can technology play in helping us discover and develop those pursuits?
I like how they're flipping the script and focusing on the potential upsides.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into the specifics.
Okay.
Part 2 of the white paper is titled Confronting the AGI Era.
Okay.
Now, for those who might not be familiar with these terms, AGI stands for Artificial General Intelligence, which means AI that can learn and reason like a human being.
Right.
And ASI, that's Artificial Superintelligence, meaning AI that surpasses human capabilities.
Right. EON Reality doesn't shy away from the fact that this level of AI could disrupt everything we know about society and work. But they argue that instead of fearing it, we should be preparing for it.
Okay.
And that preparation isn't just about learning new technical skills, it's about developing a deeper understanding of ourselves, our values, and what truly motivates us.
So it's almost like a call to introspection.
Yeah.
Like if you had unlimited time and resources,
Right.
what would you actually want to spend your life doing?
Yeah.
What impact would you want to make?
Exactly.
Yeah.
EON Reality is suggesting that in the age of superintelligence, purpose will become even more important than work in the traditional sense. We'll need to find fulfillment beyond just earning a paycheck.
That's a huge shift in thinking.
It is.
So how does EON Reality see their own technology fitting into this vision?
Well, they're already known for their learn, train, perform model, but they're adding a fourth element to that
All right.
purpose. They envision a future where education is personalized and driven by curiosity, where AI-powered XR tools help people identify their unique strengths and connect them with projects and causes that align with their passions.
I'm really curious about these AI-powered tools. The white paper mentions EON AI Ready and EON Train AI. What can you tell us about those? How do they work and what makes them so innovative?
What's exciting about these tools is that they're designed to democratize content creation.
Okay.
Before creating immersive VR or AR experiences, required specialized skills and expensive software.
Right.
But with these AI-powered tools,
Yeah.
anyone can potentially build their own training simulations, educational modules, or even interactive art installations.
So even if you're not a programmer, you could still create immersive experiences.
That's right.
That's amazing. What are some of the ways people could use these tools, particularly in the context of this purpose-driven future that EON Reality is talking about?
Imagine a world where you could build a VR simulation to help people develop empathy for those living in poverty, or create an interactive experience that teaches kids about climate change in a truly engaging way. The possibilities are endless.
Wow.
EON Reality sees these tools as a way to empower individuals to contribute to a better world.
So they're not just building technology, they're building tools for social change.
Precisely. They're betting on human ingenuity and the power of immersive technology to help us tackle some of the world's biggest challenges.
Okay, so we've talked about the potential of AI to disrupt the world of work and the role of purpose in this new landscape.
Right.
And we've gotten a glimpse of how EON Reality's AI-powered tools could empower individuals to create positive change.
Yeah.
But how do we actually get there? What are the practical steps involved in building this purpose-driven future?
Well, that's where part 4 of the white paper comes in, steering into the future, strategies and commitments. This is where EON Reality gets into the nuts and bolts of how to make this vision a reality.
All right, let's dive into those nuts and bolts. What are some of the key strategies they outline?
One of their primary focuses is on creating what they call open content repositories.
Okay.
Think of it like a global library of XR experiences, training modules, educational resources, all freely accessible to anyone with an internet connection.
So kind of like a Wikipedia for immersive learning. That sounds incredible. But creating all that content must be a massive undertaking.
It is, and that's why EON Reality is also emphasizing the importance of global collaboration.
Okay.
They're building platforms where educators, creators, and learners from all over the world can connect, share ideas, and work together on projects. They see this as essential for ensuring that the content is diverse, relevant, and meets the needs of a global audience.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like crowdsourcing the future of education. But what about people who don't have access to the latest VR or AR equipment? How do they fit into this vision?
That's a crucial point, and EON Reality is very aware of the digital divide. They're actively working on accessibility initiatives, partnering with organizations to provide hardware and training to underserved communities. They're committed to ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to participate in this XR revolution, regardless of their socioeconomic background or geographic location.
I'm impressed by their commitment to inclusivity. It sounds like they've really thought this through.
Yeah.
But let's go back to part 3 of the white paper for a moment,
Okay.
where they talk about their learn, train, perform for purpose model. Can you give us some concrete examples of how that might look in practice? How would someone actually use these AI-powered tools and platforms to discover and pursue their purpose?
Imagine a young woman in a rural village who's passionate about environmental conservation.
Okay.
Using EON Reality's AI-powered tools, she could create a VR simulation that allows people to experience the impact of deforestation firsthand. Or she could develop an AR app that helps people identify and learn about endangered plant species in their local area.
So it's not just about learning technical skills. It's about using those skills to create something meaningful, something that aligns with her values and makes a real difference in the world.
Exactly. Or think about a retired teacher who's always dreamed of starting his own online school.
Okay.
He could use EON Reality's platform to create interactive lessons on any subject imaginable, making high-quality education accessible to students all over the world. The possibilities are truly limitless.
These are fantastic examples. I can see how this technology could be incredibly empowering for individuals. But EON Reality is also a company,
Right.
and companies are often driven by profit.
Sure.
How does EON Reality plan to balance its business interests with its commitment to this grand vision of a purpose-driven future?
That's a great question, and it's something they address in their white paper.
Okay,
They acknowledge that they're a business,
right.
but they argue that their business model is aligned with their social mission. They believe that by creating these tools and platforms, they're not only empowering individuals, but also creating new markets and opportunities.
So it's a win-win, a virtuous cycle where their success is tied to the success of their users.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
They're betting on the fact that as more people discover their purpose and contribute to a better world, the demand for their products and services will grow.
It's an ambitious vision, and I'm eager to see how it unfolds. But before we wrap up, there's one more aspect of their white paper I want to touch on in part 2,
Okay.
where they talk about confronting the AGISA era. They also mention the importance of ethical considerations.
Right.
Can you elaborate on that a bit? What are some of the ethical challenges they foresee with the rise of superintelligence, and how do they propose we address them?
EON Reality acknowledges that the development and deployment of advanced AI technologies raise some important ethical questions. For example, how do we ensure that AI is used for good and not for harm? How do we prevent bias from creeping into algorithms? How do we protect individual privacy in a world where data is constantly being collected and analyzed?
These are weighty questions, and I'm glad they're acknowledging them.
Yeah.
But how do they propose we grapple with these challenges? What concrete steps can we take to ensure that AI benefits humanity as a whole?
EON Reality believes that open dialogue and collaboration are key. They're advocating for transparency in AI development, robust testing and evaluation of algorithms in ongoing public engagement to ensure that ethical considerations are front and center. They see this as a shared responsibility, something that requires the involvement of policymakers, researchers, industry leaders, and citizens alike.
It sounds like they're calling for a kind of global ethics council for AI,
Yeah.
a forum where everyone can come together to discuss these complex issues and work towards solutions that benefit all of humanity.
That's a good way to put it. They believe that if we're going to navigate this new era successfully, we need to do it together. We need to share knowledge, pool resources, and work collaboratively to ensure that AI is used ethically and responsibly.
This all makes sense, but it also sounds incredibly challenging. Do they offer any specific advice on how individuals can contribute to this effort? What can our listener do to help ensure that AI is used for good?
They offer a few suggestions. First, stay informed. Learn about the potential benefits and risks of AI and engage in conversations about its ethical implications.
Okay.
Second, be mindful of your own data footprint. Understand how your personal data is being collected and used, and advocate for policies that protect your privacy. And finally, support organizations that are working to develop and deploy AI ethically.
Those are practical and actionable steps that anyone can take. It's empowering to know that even as individuals,
Right.
we can have a voice in shaping the future of AI. But let's come back to the individual listener again. They've heard about EON Reality's vision, they understand the potential of AI and XR, and they're ready to embrace this purpose-driven future. What's the next step? How can they start putting these ideas into action?
Well, that's a perfect segue to the final part of EON Reality's white paper, where they issue a direct call to action to individuals like our listener.
Okay.
They want people to think about their own passions, their own unique skills and talents, and how they can use those to contribute to a better world.
Yeah.
They want people to start experimenting with these AI-powered tools, creating immersive experiences that educate, inspire, and connect people around shared goals.
It's a powerful message. The future is in our hands. We don't have to wait for someone else to build the world we want to see.
Right.
We have the tools and the technology to start creating it ourselves today.
Right.
So we've explored EON Reality's vision for this purpose-driven future, right? Where AI empowers us to pursue our passions and tackle global challenges. But it's one thing to talk about it. It's another to actually, make it happen.
Right.
What does EON Reality suggest people actually do to turn this vision into reality?
Well, that's where their call to action comes in. And it's really a call to all of us.
Okay.
They're not just targeting, tech developers or educators. They're speaking to everyone.
Right.
They want us to ask ourselves that big question. If AI could handle the mundane parts of your job tomorrow, what would you spend your time doing instead?
It's almost like a thought experiment, right?
Yeah.
It forces you to confront what truly matters to you. And I think that's the core of what EON Reality is trying to do, to help people reconnect with that sense of purpose, that drive to create, to contribute, to make a difference.
Exactly. And they're not just leaving it at a philosophical level.
Right.
They have concrete suggestions.
Okay.
First, they want people to explore the resources they're already building. Those open content repositories we talked about, the global collaboration platforms.
Yeah.
They want people to dive in, start experimenting with the AI-powered tools, and just see what they can create.
So even if you're not a tech expert, you can still play a role in shaping this future.
That's right.
You can learn from others, contribute your own ideas, and maybe even build something amazing with these tools.
Absolutely. And it's not just about creating content.
Yeah.
They also encourage people to become advocates.
Okay.
Talk to your friends and family about these ideas. Engage with policymakers about the ethical development of AI support organizations working to bridge the digital divide and ensure that everyone has access to these transformative technologies.
It sounds like they're really trying to build a movement, a global community of people who are passionate about using technology for good.
Right.
And it all starts with each of us taking that first step, asking ourselves that question: what would I do with my life if I was truly free to pursue my purpose?
And they believe the answer lies within each of us.
Yeah.
We all have something unique to contribute. We all have passions, talents, and experiences that can be valuable in this new era. It's just a matter of uncovering them and finding ways to apply them.
That's a really empowering message, isn't it?
It is.
It's not about waiting for someone else to give you permission or tell you what to do.
Right.
It's about taking ownership of your own future and using these tools to build the world you want to see.
And that's ultimately what EON Reality's blueprint is all about. Empowering individuals to become architects of their own destinies, and in doing so, to build a brighter future for all of us.
Well said. I think that's a great place to wrap up our deep dive.
Yeah.
If you're intrigued by EON Reality's vision and want to explore their white paper in more depth, you can find it online. Just search for Elevating Humanity Through Purpose.
Right.
It's a thought-provoking read, and it might just inspire you to take that first step towards a more purpose-driven life.
And who knows, maybe you'll be the one creating the next groundbreaking XR experience that helps us solve a global challenge or inspires a generation of young people to pursue their dreams.
That's the beauty of this moment in time. The future is wide open, and with tools like these, the possibilities are truly limitless. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and keep exploring.